It's the NFL on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Jaguars and the Silver and Black, next on Madden Football.
Opened in 2020 and immediately one of the main attractions here on the Las Vegas Strip. Welcome everyone to Allegiant Stadium. Hi there everybody, thanks so much for joining us. You picked a fun one to tune into. I'm Kate Scott, joined by former NFL quarterback Brock Hewitt, and we've got two quarterbacks here, Brock, who are known for playing a very exciting brand of football. Not just throwing the rock, but taking it themselves too.
Yep, these are two of the guys who really epitomize the direction that this position's going in the modern NFL.
Yep.
Pocket passers, they'll have their place, they always will. But a lot of teams look to somebody like this as a default. A great passer, but someone who can also mix in plenty of rushing yards and keep that defense honest.
Cam Little out for the opening kick. And away we go at Allegiant Stadium. Tyreek McAllister now to return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. So out head the Raiders for their first possession. They're led out by someone amidst their second act as an NFL QB. He was a second-rounder back in 2013, Geno Smith.
When Geno Smith won Comeback Player of the Year, it was really hard to find another comp. You know, the NFL, we love to always compare and contrast guys from different eras or project them moving forward. But there just were not many stories like Geno Smith, who just waited and persevered a decade in the NFL before he flourished. But what came to life finally was just the arm strength, the accuracy, the playmaking ability that was there at West Virginia, and it just took some time and maybe a little love from Pete Carroll at that time to really elevate his confidence and elevate his game. Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
A play fake, now Smith to throw. Throw reeled in by Mayer. And he pushes it up across the 30 before going out. So not a holding call. One of the linemen actually too far downfield that time. That's what drew the flag. So things getting a bit tougher following that penalty. We got 2nd and 15. Running it after the penalty. And they take him down at the 24-yard line. It's about a 4-yard pickup, and they'll still be playing the sticks. 3rd and 11 coming up.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Jaguars with an extra defensive back out there. 3rd down. From the gun, Smith. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions, from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything, and they just did.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. He's got this at the 27, and he's brought down before the return gets far. So here comes the Jaguar offense now. Their turn to set out on an opening drive. And bringing them out, a former #1 overall pick out of Clemson in 2021, Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence has had a remarkable career. Over 50 starts in high school and a winner all the way along. A national champion and 3-year starter at Clemson, and really a starter from day one after the first pick in the draft in Jacksonville. The key for Trevor at this level, though, is to do it season in and season out. That's what the greats before him have done. The Bradys, the Mannings, the #1 picks of the past. If you want to become a great and you want to take your game to another level, you got to do it year in and year out.
He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. They'll motion Brown right. On 1st down, they'll run. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. He landed Roberts coming over for the hit. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
This is one of those real modest gains, Kate, that I like as a call. And it's just a little more variety to your playbook. Makes that defense wonder. Those guys on the other side of the ball think a little bit. This dude's not just a receiver. He may get in the run game as well.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Design bootleg here. He rolls to his right. And they bring him down around the 34. He only finds a window for 2, but that's still enough for a 1st down.
Trust. Kate, it is such a big part of playing the quarterback position. Yeah, you got to trust you can make the right reads in the passing game, but sometimes these little runs that just get that 1st down, it gains further equity, further trust with your play caller, and most importantly, gives you a 1st down for the offense.
And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. 1st down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
ETN's got the 1st down and more. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Those outside runs so critical for running back, quarterback, O-line to hit their targets. They got a target area to expose that defense and make the most of it, and that offense just put on display some teaching tape for it.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars have a great first drive and get the game's first points. Travis Etienne, the touchdown. Well, Brock, we normally talk about complimentary football at some point every week. So how about the way they've begun this one, huh? Force a punt and then cash it in for 6 on their opening drive.
Do we do it every game?
It feels like it. Almost every game, yeah.
I think you're right, because that's what the NFL is about. We all know the margins are so small in this league, and the team that typically plays the complimentary ball is typically the team that wins.
Little able to connect on the point after. And the Jaguars will jump out to a 7-0 lead. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Returning it from the 4. He stopped on the return at the 27. Second drive coming up for the Las Vegas offense. They didn't start the game off like they wanted, Brock. Still searching for that opening 1st down as they take the field a second time. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Plowing up the middle. It is charged towards the line. It's right around 3 yards.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Second down now, 7 to go. Smith. He gets this to Michael Mayer. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
New set of downs for him at the 38. First down, Smith to throw. Got a man, it's Mayer. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Smith on first down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Offense to the line for second down. Another try following the sack. He's on the move. He's keeping it. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Pressure comes. Smith. This is hauled in by Myers. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
4th down, Smith. He lofts it deep left. He has the touchdown. We've seen him do a lot more to reach the end zone on a catch, Brock. That one just kind of fed right to him.
Yeah, they say the running backs have a nose for the end zone. You know who else does? Every skill guy out there,
Yeah,
because they want to put a touchdown on the board.
Daniel Carlson on for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders tie this game 7-7. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. His return starts at the 5. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he brought this one almost to midfield before he's tackled. Second drive coming up for the Jacksonville offense. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. The Jaguars in a good starting spot for this drive. Coming up, 1st and 10. First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. A give up the gut to Bigsby. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's a Jaguar first down.
You know, coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession. Or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. We'll return to Allegiant Stadium right after this. Back for the 2nd quarter. It's Jaguar football. They've got a first to begin the frame. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Jermaine Pratt with the play defensively. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
I could promise you that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that, but let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
Broke through the tackle. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run, in need of some attention. They'll come up 1st and 10. ETN again. And he's swallowed up in the middle. No gain on the run. He landed Roberts coming over for the hit. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Sending a receiver left. Lawrence working from the gun. It's taken in by Washington. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Caught near the goal line. And he takes it down to the 2, but no touchdown. He's out of bounds. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. From the red zone now. And this is caught. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars take a 2nd quarter lead. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Bronk. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
On is Little for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Jaguars break that tie and now lead by 7. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. McAllister now to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Raiders back on offense, led out by Geno Smith. It's a touchdown ball game right now, Brock. 14-7 as they start this possession. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Smith. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball, left side.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. But ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge gain.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Back to the air, it's Smith. Cut out left. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Throwing on 3rd, Smith. Short pass brought in. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
New set of downs for him at the 38. 1st and 10 now. Here's Smith. Throw left side, complete. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Chad Muma there to bring him down.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
They'll run now on 2nd down. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Devin Lloyd on the tackle.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Shotgun snap to Smith. He gets this one to Myers. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. A 9-yard gain and good for a 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Smith back to throw. Got a man, Bowers has it. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 43. This ball's cut by Bowers. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
He just made a difficult throw to the outside look elementary, Kate, and that's not easy. The placement, excellent. And it helps set his target up to put some more yards on that stat sheet.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. They give it to him again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
From the gun, Smith escapes the pocket. And this will be a Las Vegas touchdown! The Raiders can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. Geno Smith with a touchdown! Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
Point after from Carlson is up and good. And the Raiders tie things up at 14. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. He's brought down to end that return as we've reached our 2-minute warning. They've got first down from the 31. Out of the gun, Lawrence. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
Has him on the quick hitter. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you could find a completion just like that.
Complete beyond the marker. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out. They get 6 and a first down as well.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Well, a tight end that moves the chains on third down, that's a QB's best friend.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Sticking in the air with Lawrence. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Jermaine Pratt picks it. And the Raiders get the football on the first turnover of the contest. He was trying to fit it into a window in the zone coverage, but by the time he let it go, boy, Brock, that lane had closed, and someone was there to make a play on it.
Now, what you're trying to do in zone coverage defensively is make that quarterback see a window that isn't actually there. And as soon as he takes the bait and sends it over the middle, well, you got 1, 2, 3 defenders all there in range to go pick it off.
The Raiders have their offense back out there. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Smith in the pistol. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive.
Now we have a stoppage. No challenges inside of 2 minutes and a half, but the replay official wants to take another look at this on their own. Well, we're going to see how much of a sideline maven he is, Brock. This one very close, whether he got the feet down or not.
And I'm so impressed by all these mavens because you've got to make that transition from college where 1 foot, you're good.
Yep.
But not at this level. You've got to be a ballerina. You've got to get those toes both in, and the replay booth will be the judge of it.
So they sent it to a second set of eyes in New York, and the call on the field is confirmed. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Throwing now from the gun. Anticipated the quick staccato pass there. It's knocked away. Incomplete.
Well, I'll tell you what, Kate, that's a really nice play in coverage. That linebacker looking like a cornerback on that play. Perhaps those cover guys could take some notes on how to stay in position and, most importantly, swat that pass away.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. That's caught for the first. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's a Vegas first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
And again, it's Smith. That's Mayer. He's got it. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Second and 3 now. Here's Smith. We've got a screen to the running back. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. A timeout taken by Vegas. That's its 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Throwing it again here. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Looking to throw, Smith. Into traffic, complete. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for Raiders first.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. We're at halftime here in Vegas. The Raiders defending their building thus far. As we hear from Jonathan Coachman over in Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. And with that, we welcome you all into our EA Sports studios. This is the Halftime Report. It was a former comeback player of the year, Geno Smith, who was sharp in the first half. He had a touchdown both in the air and on the ground to help push his guys into the lead at the break.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Carlson, all set now for the kickoff. Has this at the 6. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Jaguars, then running back Travis Etienne, trotting back out to the field. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's Etienne to begin the drive. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Putting the tight end in motion. From the 33 on 2nd down. He completes it in traffic. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
1st and 10 from the 41. Now give this up the middle to Etienne. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Lawrence working from the gun. He's got his man. It's the rookie out of Colorado. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Sets him up nice and pretty at the 25 following that big play. Here's Etienne on 1st down. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Brought down by Christian Wilkins. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. Cut near the goal line. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
This is the time of the game where your legs just get a little bit tired. But that was a determined-looking drive right there. They were not going to be denied, and they're able to score and take the lead.
On is Little for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Jaguars take a 4-point lead. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. McAllister now to return. This return makes it up to the 25. The Vegas offense getting set for another drive now. They find themselves trailing after the opening drive touchdown, and Heck, it really set up to be an entertaining second half if they're able to answer here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Putting a receiver in motion. Handoff now out of the gun. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Complete, it's Myers. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. And it's a nickel set from the Jags on this 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Smith. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And 4th and 4 coming up. A quick 3 plays, Brock, and we have arrived at 4th down just like that as he comes through with some contact to break up what looked like a catch.
Now, guess what, Kate? These guys aren't getting paid by the down defensively. They want to get themselves off the field in as few snaps as possible, and there was no way they were letting this drive extend beyond a 3 and out.
And he found some space to do a little damage there before they bottle him up. The Jaguars returning their offense and this running back to the field. They've certainly had no issues scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive. The Jaguars in a good starting spot for this drive. Coming up, 1st and 10. From the gun, ETN gets it. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the 38. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville 1st down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Now Lawrence on the play fake. Completed over the middle. And they get this down to the 28. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
1st down throw, Lawrence. He's on the move. He's on the move. And he evades any kind of trouble, but only a short gain to show for it after sliding down.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
Here's 2nd and 7. Hits his running back. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
A play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball, right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Motion man left is Brown. Here's a give on the jet sweep. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, you call that play to surprise the defense, try to get to the goal line. But a quick adjustment by the defense, well, it kept him in position to make the stop and ruin that play.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Out of the gun, Lawrence. This throw is caught. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Pressure coming for Lawrence. And he scores! It's a Jacksonville touchdown! The Jaguars now lead by 10. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
So we've got a stoppage now. Figured this might be coming. We're going to take another look to see if this was indeed a touchdown. Now, this right here is where having all those camera angles comes into play. We're going to get a much clearer picture thanks to all the shots we've got.
Yep, technology, everybody's friend right now. We get to watch it again and again, unlike these officials who got to see it once in real time. We just have to see, is there clear enough evidence to overturn the call that was made down there on the field?
So the celebration can resume on that sideline. The touchdown stands. On is Little for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jaguars drive their lead to 11. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Fielded at the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Time for the Raiders offense to hit the field. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, Smith has him on the quick hitter. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Shotgun snap to Smith. Got a man, Bowers has it. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. They gain 14 on the play. And that's a Vegas first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Smith made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it's going to be 2nd down.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
And again, it's Smith. He's going to push one deep down the... He's got it inside the 10! And that play is brought to a halt, so they're going to say at the 5-yard line. So they'll be set up with a 1st and goal when we come back. It's Raiders football, and they'll get to work, coming into the quarter trailing. Big play sets him up pretty here with 1st and goal from the 5. Working inside the red zone. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the pressure drives them backwards.
You know what I call that, Kate? Punch, and you took a punch, but then you countered right back. You give up a big play, massive play, but you don't hang your head. You come right back, you get a sack of your own, and you change the momentum as quickly as you can.
Headed in the wrong direction, Brock, as they take 2nd and goal now from the 13. They'll try and punch it in. And he found a little room to turn it into a nice gain down to the 6. It's a 70-yard pickup, but still a ways away for 3rd and goal.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
On 3rd and goal, Smith. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Talk about coming up clutch with that contact on 3rd and goal, partner. And now a decision for this offense to make on 4th down.
We know how hard it can be defensively in these goal-to-go situations. We know that you have got to be on point, every attention to detail. That's a job well done by that defense.
Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And it pulls them back within 1 score here in the 4th.
This is a case of, well, just get what you can on the way out the door, Kate. It's already out of reach. Just take the 3, let your kicker get some points, and make it a hair closer in the box score.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Starting from the 5. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence set to take over on offense once again. And our team in the truck putting these highlights together, well, they certainly had plenty of touchdowns to choose from. 4 of them, actually. Though the way he's been playing, Brock, you cannot count on him being done reaching that end zone just yet. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Inside handoff goes to Etienne. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 28. Short pass brought in. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
3rd and just 2 to go. Back to throw. Here's Lawrence. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Here's a give to ETN. And he drives ahead for good yardage up to the 45. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
On 2nd down, it's ETN. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Lawrence throwing here. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You're just not going to win many games in this league when you can't generate a pass rush until the 4th quarter. You needed to feel the impact from this defense earlier and more often in this game. The lack thereof, well, it's a big part of what's put them playing from behind in the final stanza of this one.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. This is ETN. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. A 4-yard run, but it doesn't help a ton. It's 3rd and 12. He's back to throw. ETN on the catch. On the move, past the 40. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that 1st down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Lawrence working from the gun. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. They connect on the deep shot. And this is caught. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. Exactly the play they were looking for, Brock. They saw it, and he put it right on the money.
Yeah, it really was a perfect play. This is what it looked like in practice, but more importantly now to get it done in game time, that's what you're looking for. Amazing when it all comes together.
On is Little for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Jaguars lead by 15. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. McAllister now to return. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. Now the Raider offense headed back to the field. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw on their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. First and 10 now from the 30. Now Smith. Into the hands of Tucker, complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for and you go out and execute.
Working quickly here. First down, Smith to throw. This ball's cut by Bowers. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Give him 24 on that play. And that's good for a Raiders first. Offense up to the line fast. Smith on first down. Put the body on the line for his team. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's a Vegas first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Vegas. Raiders trail by 15. Down a couple of scores, but still some time left and 3 timeouts as well. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Smith. The throw is caught. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete.
You know, a couple of my favorite nicknames, Kate, over the last decade in football. The Legion of Boom, obviously, out in Seattle. But how about the no-fly zone that was cooking in Denver? That right there, that is a no-fly zone, trying to make the play in the end zone, and a beautiful job by the defender to knock it away.
Smith setting the throw. And he's got it for the touchdown, but while they celebrate, back near the line, we've got a flag, Brock, in the neighborhood we usually see holding. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. So the holding backs him up. They'll try to get that back and then some on 2nd and goal. Smith to the air now. Has it in close. Touchdown! All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Now a try to keep a sliver of hope alive and make things a 1-score game. The kick is good, and they've moved back within a possession in the 4th. So with less than a minute and a half to play, they must recover this onside effort. And this is covered by the Jaguars. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. The visitors are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. ETN gets it on the draw. It is charged towards the line. It's right around 3 yards. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. They go right back to Etienne. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A timeout taken by Vegas. That's its second. And they'll have just one left to burn now. Third and 6 for them to figure out now. Back to throw. Throw right side, caught by Thomas. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. With the win in hand, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
A kneel down here, and they can start to celebrate this win. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
After one final kneel down, partner, and this should do it. So the Jaguars, the visitors in this one, but they take home the win. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And, Kate, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game that's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.
So that's it for us here. Brock Heward, our crew, I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Jaguars as we bid you farewell from Las Vegas.